All right. Thank you so much for that. I'd like to thank both my guests for joining me. And now moving on. Now, after taking a sortie in a Rafale jet at the Ambala Air Base, President Droupadi Murmu has released some images from her sortie and visit. Photos on your screens show her on the Rafale posing with a female Indian Air Force officer. I have my colleague Yash Ahuja joining me with more details. Yash, over to you.
Yes, Vaishali, as you can see visuals on your screen, President Murmu undertaking a sortie in a Rafale aircraft at the Ambala Air Force Station. Now, we saw the launch live, we saw her taking off live. This visual that you see on the screen posing in front of Rafale, it shows India's strength in the air, it shows India's dominance in the air, and the most interesting part of all this is President posing with a female Indian Air Force pilot, showcasing the importance of women in defense forces. Now we've seen this, we've seen India's focus on women in defense forces since the time of Operation Sindoor, when we put forward women to hold the press conferences of the defense forces. And this is what President Murmu is reiterating during her visit to the Ambala Air Force. Now remember, she also took a sortie in Sukhoi 30 MKI in 2023. So she is the only president, only female president, mind you, to take 2 sorties in 2 fighter aircraft. This marks a historic moment of courage and leadership. The president, as you can see on your screens, is leading from the front. This isn't just symbolic. It is a reminder that India's strength lies in confidence, composure, and equality in action. Back to you.
All right, Yash, thanks for joining me with those details. And now I have my guest, Group Captain Tapesh Chaudhary, former IAF officer. Group Captain, of course, my first question. She is the second female president to undertake a sortie like this. Your opening comments.
Yes, it's a great news. President Droupadi Murmu has made history actually by becoming the first Indian president to fly in a Rafale fighter jet taking off from Ambala. This marks, obviously I just heard the second fighter sortie, and it results in the morale boosting for the defense forces and an indication to the enemies that what we are capable of. Our polity, our president, our defense forces are in the sync. And Rafale, as it is known for its advanced capabilities, it has played the crucial role in Operation Sindoor, showcasing India's air power. And it is a symbol of national pride. Her flight showcases India's indigenous defense capabilities and technological advancement. It sends a strong message about India's air power and defense preparedness. As the first president to fly the Rafale, it marks a significant moment also in the Indian aviation history. So I would say overall it's a demonstration of India's growing defense process, prowess and technological achievements.
Group Captain Chaudhary, now just to give our viewers a little bit of understanding about Rafale, what more can you tell us for people who don't understand what Rafale does?
So, Rafale is one of the best fighters in the world as on date. It is a 4.5 generation aircraft, but if we leave aside the stealth part, it's almost a 5th generation aircraft, because all 5th generation aircraft in the world are going to be the stealth aircraft. So it does not have a stealth capabilities, but it's a very, very small aircraft, not a very large, but very, very, I would say, ghatak in the Hindi, which you tell. It carries one of the best weapons of Meteor and Scalp, all sort of hammer, all weapons which are world proven and best in the world. So this is called one of the best air superiority fighters in the world. If we compare Rafale with other aircraft, people may understand like capabilities of F-18, better than F-18, Eurofighter, Swedish Gripen. So all these aircrafts are better, and Rafale we have chosen out of selecting from all these group of aircraft. So it is considered to be the best, and that is how Rafale it is.
Group Captain Chaudhary, now I have a question. This, of course, is, when it comes to Rafale, it deals with air superiority and, of course, reconnaissance and anti-ship missions. And it also helps with nuclear attacks in a certain way, is what I was reading. What can you tell us about that?
So air superiority fighters are the multi-role fighters. What does air superiority mean? The air superiority means when the Rafale or a group of Rafales stand in the air in a particular area, enemy is not able to come to you. If enemy is trying to come in, they are neutralizing it. It means for some time they create an air superiority where they deny the air to the enemy. That is called air superiority. So all air superiority fighters like Rafale are the multi-role fighters. Multi-role fighters are which can handle air-to-air combat, air-to-ground strikes, recce missions, nuclear capabilities, etc. So it also will feature the cutting-edge radar and electronic warfare systems. It will have a high speed. It will have a long-range combat radius where, which is called up to a distance. It can fight because it has to come back to its original base. It will have a air-to-air refueling capabilities, and it will also carry the versatile armament in terms of a range of missiles, bombs, nuclear capable, etc. All those things. So that's why these all capabilities make the Rafale a potent asset for the Indian Air Force.
All right, I have Wing Commander Gitanjali Singh, a former IAF officer, also joining me. Wing Commander, a big moment that we are seeing there, Droupadi Murmu, of course, in the Rafale. Your opening comments on that.
Vaishali, at the outset, very heartwarming visuals coming in, and the visuals that we see, not just heartwarming, I will say very, very encouraging for the future Nari Shakti of the armed forces and the future aspiring all the young women and the girls around the country. This is one iconic moment. I think it's going to go in the history, pages of the history. The first president, and that to a lady president, flying in the Rafale, which is a modern day fighter with outstanding capabilities, proven capabilities in the recent operations. Also, we've seen Rafale as the frontliners of all the operations. So yeah, this very, it's a historic day today that we are seeing, and the visuals that we are seeing today, that the president herself is leading and, inspiring so many young women across the country and the girls across the country to join and don the uniform and fulfill their dreams.
All right, Wing Commander Gitanjali Singh there. Now, I have a different question for you here. Now, Wing Commander Singh, this is of course a big message to Pakistan as well. What more would you like to say on that?
Yeah, indeed. It is indeed a message which is there for our adversaries. I will not just say, the Western, but the Eastern adversaries also, because these kind of movements, put up the whole nation, and it's a whole international message being conveyed, where the president herself leads and flies on a modern day fighter. So of course there's a huge message being conveyed here that India is ready. The Indian Air Force is ready with its futuristic capabilities to take on any kind of adversary which is there, and which could be a potential threat to the nation in the future. So it really conveys our operational readiness at all platforms.
And Wing Commander Singh, you've of course been a former IAF officer. So when I talk to you about the capabilities of the Rafale, what can you tell our viewers?
Yeah, Vaishali. So of course, a modern day fighter, Rafale is leading fighter of the, I will say, the poster aircraft these days. And of course, all due to the capabilities of this platform, which is the kind of equipment, the kind of warheads it can carry, and the integration which can be there and expected out of the machine with the present scenario of integrated, integrated systems and the realistic pictures that we paint. So the capabilities of the machine are being explored, and they're phenomenal, because we've seen that in the operations which have been, which we have undertaken as the Indian Air Force has been, the front lead in Operation Sindoor. And yeah, so modern day, and these kind of, platforms are actually defining the modern day warfare. It's not a 30-day war or a, 2-month long war. It is where we know the conflict, how much and where to strike with precision. So this platform has actually proven its capabilities beyond what was expected, and with precision, and has put itself on, as well as the nation, on the mark internationally.
All right, I have my colleague Yash Ahuja joining me again. Now, Yash, the Rafale deals with, of course, aerodynamics, and its delta wing and canard configuration, of course, allows for enhanced maneuverability. What more can you tell us?
Yes, Vaishali. Before we go to the specifications of Rafale, I just want to point out the visual that you see on the right side of your screen. This is Squadron Leader Shivangi Singh. Now, during Operation Sindoor, Pakistan claimed, not just Pakistan, Al Jazeera claimed that Squadron Leader Shivangi Singh was captured by Pakistan. Now, our president, posing with the same squadron leader, gives a very stark message. It shows, it basically busts Pakistan's propagandist lies. It busts Pakistani propaganda. It shows that India is ready, and India is always ready to bust Pakistani propagandas. Back to you.
All right, Yash, I was asking you about the aerodynamics, which is a part of Rafale. What more can you tell us on that?
Yes, Vaishali. So, Rafale was inducted in the Indian Air Force very recently, and it has been India's deterrent against its forces. And now talking about its aerodynamic and its features. So Rafale is a very different fighter aircraft from the rest of French-made fighter aircrafts.
All right, Yash. Thank you for joining me with those details. And I have Wing Commander Satyendra Duggal with me, who's also a former IAF officer. Now, Wing Commander Duggal, this is a big moment that we're showing our viewers on their screens. Very brilliant visuals there. Your opening comments.
There are certain things which go a long way. Am I audible, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. These are a couple of things which go a long way in establishing the credibility of the aircraft, our training system, and our systems. Plus, in addition to that, it is a great morale booster for the aircraft per se, and the fighter pilots and the other supporting staff, which have played a very important role in execution of the plans during this Operation Sindoor. In addition to that, I know that she is the second lady president who has taken up this flight. But at the age of 67, it's very important. And particularly, we have very little number of people in Air Force or in Army from Orissa. So when people look at her and they see her in the aircraft, dressed in the way that she's dressed up as per the requirements of the flight, that really supports and inspires, particularly the girls coming from that area, who feel that Air Force or Army or Navy is something like far cry. So she comes from that background in Orissa, and then she's a lady. Then it inspires a lot of people. And very important part is that she is sending out messages to Pakistan. Let's see, our systems are so well established. I'm not sure whether any lady of that country or even of China has taken part in such exercise. I will say it is an exercise, because the moment the aircraft takes takes off from the ground, it is the beginning of an exercise. So I am not sure whether in Pakistan or in China, anybody, or in Turkey, I am taking these three names specifically. Anybody who has taken part, any lady has been part of this exercise. So we are in a way trying to convey to the country, to other countries and our own countrymen, see that we are ready. And and she's conveying the message that I care for my armed forces. She's the Supreme Commander. She's conveying a very important message. So, and these type of exercises need to be taken up again and again, so that our armed forces who generally live in isolation, as far as the society is concerned, because of the establishment, because of the location, they also feel involved in the society. It's a good thing and very good that you are covering this as part of your program. Yeah.
All right, sir. Now, I have Group Captain Anupam Tiwari, who's an air veteran, joining me. Group Captain, I have two parts to my question. The first part is that the Rafale operates from both an aircraft carrier and a shore base. If you could explain that to our viewers. And the second part to my question is that this, of course, is a big message to Pakistan.
Actually, your both questions are correct. It is a big question, it is a bigger showcasing of our power, our air power, not to the Pakistan, but all other adversaries around the world. See, Rafale jet, which is manufactured by Dassault Aviation, it is posted at Ambala, and it is the only aircraft which has been chosen for the presidential sortie. And now this is a symbol of India's modern aerial combat capabilities. World is witnessing what India can achieve. Operation Sindoor has just concluded, or it is not concluded yet. It is in abeyance, actually. So what is the Indian air power? World is witnessing that. Now, one thing is also important. It is a demonstration of presidential support. You know, being a president to that air squadron, it stands out very different meaning. It stands out as an important demonstration. It is the recognition of Indian Air Force as a power, and it is a recognition of Air Force as a national defense preparedness. It showcases national defense preparedness. Our president is there. Our Air Force chief is there. All the other dignitaries are there. So not only Pakistan, everyone is watching, everyone is witnessing what India is capable of and what Rafale is capable of. There were many questions during, not questions, it was propaganda in fact, from across the border around the capabilities of Rafale. Now Rafale is one of the best aircraft currently serving in many air forces. So President Murmu's arrival at Ambala Air Force Station, it is a kind of authority, it is a sanctioning the authority of Rafale to the world community. So your question is concerned about Pakistan. So I think Pakistan has already taken the taste of Rafale and taken the brutality of Rafale when they witness their broken hangars, their broken aircraft, their broken terrorist shelters. All other things are set aside. The power of Indian Air Force, the demonstration of air power is today we are witnessing.
All right. And with that, I'd like to thank all my guests for joining.